Hello friends, it's Mrs. Jane catching up to give you all the terrific news you can use about Tuesday, December the 1st, 2020. And so, how did it go? Terrifically, of course. After our temperature check, everybody bounded down the stairs into the classroom to take care of our arrival routine, like champs, before heading over to our tabletop activities. And when they got to those tables, on table number 1, we were looking at everybody's special letter, of course, their first initial, and we used some green bingo dabbers to decorate those letters. Parents got us a chance to look at the letter and color green all at the same time. We did some counting cranberries for our math exercise during tabletops. So we headed this time to the water table, where we saw some cranberries floating in the water, as well as some styrofoam bowls. And the bowls each had numbers in them. And you would pick a bowl, tell the number you see, and put the correct number of cranberries into that bowl. And we used the numbers from 1 to 5. On table number 3, chance to use our new color and color some pictures green, and followed by concluding our letters to the thank you letters to veterans and active military. We used some green Play-Doh to strengthen our hand skills. And then, by then, it was time for us, one more, parents. Oh, and this was a fun one. I can't forget this one. The kids put their hand inside our mailbox, pulled out a Christmas card. On the back of the Christmas card was a number, and everybody had to jump the number of times that they saw on their card. So a little number recognition, a little jumping, and counting at the same time. Look at the number, jump that many times. You get it. A lot of fun. After that, of course, time to get on that Rock-A-Motion Choo-Choo, head on over to our Hello Circle, where we, of course, introduced our persons of the day. We did a pledge to the flag, our good morning song, followed by our ABC Rock, and then our 7th inning stretch, where we all stood, we looked up, we looked down, we looked to the left, waved to our neighbor to the left and said hi, turned to the right, waved to our neighbor to the right, said hi. Then we did a little reaching, and we reached up to the cloud to grab some snow and then let it flutter all the way to the ground, bending over and touching the floor. And then we had some hands on our hips, did a little marching and counting as if we were stomping the snow. We used numbers 1 through 10 there. After that, we looked at our shapes, and we introduced something new with our shapes today, parents. Along with the new shape of rectangle, we used a different method to look at our shapes. So now our shapes are not just in a pile in front of us, now our shapes are on a ring. So we we hold the ring on our fingers, this way, and the shapes are in front of us, and as we sing our song, we move the shapes, and then when we're finished singing that song about a shape, we flip the shape to the back, and the next one in front, we sing about that one. When we're done, we flip that shape to the back and sing about the next one. You get it. And this, as we get more and more shapes, is much easier to organize our shapes and to hang on to them. Of course, our persons of the day were in charge of distributing the shapes and collecting them when we were done with our singing. We said goodbye to color brown, hello to color green, did a little color check, of course. Then it was time for some music, and we started a brand new song called Jingle Jingle for the new season. And we used our little jingle bells, and we were able to hear the jingle in our hearts, the jingle in our brains, the jingle on our knees, the jingle on our toes, the jingle on our hips. After that, we did a little song called 10 Little Reindeer Sleeping in a Bed. This gives us a chance to look at the numbers and also to count backwards from 10 down to 1. After that, of course, time for some crafts and some small group meeting. And so, on the craft side of things, we did some marble painting of some candy canes and added plenty of beautiful red glitter to make them sparkle. In small group meeting, of course, we always start out by saying hello to Hickety Pickety, and then we did a little remembering of our rhymes that we've talked about so far, like Rain, Rain, Go Away, Peter, Peter, Pumpkin Eater, and Little Miss Muffet, and headed into our newest rhyming friend, Old Mother Hubbard. And the story about Old Mother Hubbard is she had a doggie, and she loved that doggie so much that she gave him a bone every single day. But one day, the day of our rhyme, the cupboard was bare, empty, and the poor little dog had none. Yeah. So we all acted that out, took turns being Mother Hubbard or the doggy. And then after that, of course, it was time for a break. So we headed off to the necessary room, then a little free read in the library, and then, of course, those delicious and nutritious snacks that everybody sends from home, followed by some center time. So trucks and some blocks to play with. New blocks, parents. We had a little donation from one of our alumni families. They're smaller and colorful and a lot easier to handle than our other wooden blocks for the threes. We had some fun with our action toys and our vehicles. We had some painting at the easels. And of course, a quiet story, if you like, in the library. When all of that was over, we cleaned up our toys and headed off for a story. And this time, parents, the story was The Elf on the Shelf, where we read all about that custom and talked about what the elf on the shelf's job is. And as you know, he is a reporter. He is a scout for Santa. He watches, he listens, and at the end of the day uses his magic to go back to the North Pole to give all that news to Santa. And so, after we were all clear on his job, and the fact that our job is just to talk to him, but never touch him. Talk, don't touch. We would spoil his magic if we touch him, and then he wouldn't be able to get back and forth to the North Pole and back to our school again. So we talk to him, he talks to Santa. You get it, yeah. We also had a homework assignment, and that is to go home and think of a good name for our elf on the shelf. Yeah, so please make sure you talk about that when the kids come home and come up with your idea. When we come back to school on Thursday, we put all the name suggestions into Santa's hat, and we pull one out, and that's how we decide what we'll call our elf. After, of course, story time for a little goodbye circle. Some show and tell, some preview of what's coming next on Thursday, a little talk with the Share Bear, a goodbye song, a treat, and then sign out and head up those stairs to start the rest of our day with all of you. Now let's see, some reminders for you parents. Color green all week this week. Our shape is now rectangle. Our rhyme is now Old Mother Hubbard. We want to say thank you to everyone who helped make our Thanksgiving celebration such a wonderful time for all of us. We loved celebrating with our stuffies. Let's see, the toy cleaning, 7 p.m., and Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer is on CBS Channel 4 at 8 p.m. And our Good News for Santa is due on Google Forms Wednesday, the 9th of December. And I think that concludes all of our information for today. If you have any questions or comments, concerns, please let us know. We're happy to help. And it's always a good day to have a good day at Jack and Jill. Bye for now.